As a business owner, I know one of the things that you ask yourself a lot is, how do you get more customers into your business? And that's what I want to share with you today. I'll be sharing with you 4 great tips that you can use to get customers using the digital marketing space, because that's the biggest marketplace in the world. But it's not just enough to have that as a big marketplace, just like it's not enough to have a car that will get you from point A to point B faster. You have to know how to operate the car. You have to understand the rules of the game. And that's what I want to share with you, how you can make your digital marketing even more effective so that you can get more customers in today's day and age. So my name is Jacqui, and I help entrepreneurs like you reach customers faster on the digital marketing space. And if you like this kind of content, if you want to know how you can grow your business faster, you can develop your digital marketing brand and presence more effectively, then I suggest that you subscribe to this channel and you turn on the notification bell, because I release videos like this every week. So you want to get notified when I release the next new blockbuster. All right, so let's get started with the first tip. So the first tip is to start with the end in mind. So just like if you're putting together a jigsaw puzzle, you have to have a blueprint of what the final image will look like, right? It would be really hard for you to put together a puzzle without knowing how does the final thing look like. And that's pretty much how running a business is. You're literally putting together the pieces of the puzzle and trying to see what pieces fit where. And sometimes you'll make mistakes, but that's okay. You have to keep going. And that's what I encourage you to do. So when you're starting on digital marketing, you have to know who you want to attract. Who's that customer? You're talking about attracting new customers into your business. What does a new customer look like? Who's that customer that you're looking to attract? What's that blueprint? What's the outcome that you want for your business? So who that customer that you want to attract, what experience are they going to have? What are you going to design for them? So that once you attract them, you now give them an experience that will keep them coming back over and over again, right? So that they can do the third thing, which is tell their friends. So you want to have the blueprint of the customer who you want to attract, and then you want to know the kind of experience you want to give them, and you want to ask them for referrals. And asking for referrals is not something that you want to leave out to just, we gave you a great experience, so I'm sure you're going to review us. You want to ask customers to refer you, to recommend you, to share contacts with their friends, to give you a review. Because if you don't ask them, a lot of the times people just won't do it. And it's not because they don't want to support you. It's just that if you don't ask, you don't get, right? So that's the first part. Start with the end in mind. Think of who this customer is, who you want to attract, and then come up with that as the blueprint, the final piece of the puzzle, and start putting together these pieces. So that's the first tip. And the second tip is how you craft your offer. So when you're looking at crafting your offer, I want you to think of crafting an offer that gives the customer more value than just your product and the price. And that's what a lot of people do. You're selling a service or you're selling a product, and you just, take your product and then you put a price to that, and that's it. How about building that up and building the value of what you're offering the customer? So if you, let's say, offer training services, what else can you give this person that they would need before and after they buy your product that would increase the value of your offer and make you be able to charge more for it, so that you're not being compared just by anybody else offering that same training, and now people, all they have to go for is shop on price. You want people to shop on value, but you have to be the one to increase the value, to craft your offer in a way that increases that value. And I don't mean that you add on things that are going to cost you a lot of money, so you have to increase the price significantly. I mean coming up with things like, if we're using training as an example, perhaps you can build on certain tools, certain templates that they can use. So things that would not cost you much to develop them, but the person who's going to use them will actually need them and see the value in that item. So that's what I mean when I say craft an offer, so that it's not just about your product or your service and the price. It's about the value that you're providing, because it's it's in an offer, like it's a bundle, something that increases the perceived value of what it is that you're offering. So that's my second tip. So the first tip, if you remember, was to start with the end in mind. The second tip that I'm giving you now is the offer. Designing the offer in a way that increases the value of the offer to the person who you're targeting. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is how you communicate this value with the person who you're targeting. And I like to break down communication into two. So communication is just not the language that you're going to use, although that's important. You want to look at certain things. The first is etiquette. You know, I see this all the time where I see people writing messages to clients in an unprofessional way with spelling mistakes. You put a full stop, you don't put a space, you don't put a comma where it's required. Like, there are basic things that you really should do when you craft a message that a customer is going to see. And you've got tools like Microsoft Word or Pages, like all these things will give you indications where you go wrong grammatically or your spelling. So please don't write things with spelling mistakes. Just use spell check. It's so important. And let me tell you, your customers notice. These are the small things that somebody notices, and over time they build a perception about whether they're going to invest in you. Because if you can't take the time to correct and use spell check, then chances are you're going to provide a lackluster service. Chances are you're going to make mistakes in the delivery. You're going to make mistakes in different parts of that customer journey. So you want to show the customer that you're paying attention to these things. And I see this a lot, and I'm always like, man, that's just such a quick win for you to use, where you just use spell check. At least let the etiquette be right. That's the first part. The second part is your tone. You want to craft your messages not sounding like a robot. I know a lot of the times people, like when you learn how to communicate and all that, you see either what large companies do or other companies do, and people tend to copy that. But it's not the most ideal thing, because as a small business, you have the advantage of being able to communicate to your customer in a more humane way. So you want to do this like a conversation, not like you're talking at the person or you're sounding like this disengaged robot that just says, do this and do that. But you want to talk to the customer in a friendly way, in a way that engages them. So that's why I like to split communication into two. One, the etiquette, like, sign off, say who it is that you are, use spell check and stuff like that. And then the second part is that tone, because that tone is what makes people know whether they want to be associated with your brand, whether they want to use your product. And if it's something that they're getting into a long-term relationship with you, your tone is so important, because they can tell whether you're the kind of person that they want to engage with long-term. It matters even more then. So if you're selling to a business and you're selling a long-term solution, the way your tone is on your website, the way your tone is on your page or anything, like that will determine how that person perceives you. So it's an important thing for you to consider, so that you can talk to your customer. Just think of it like a conversation. It's not, don't look at it like, oh, we have to sound like this stiff robot. And I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's because this is such an important point for you to understand. So I really want you to get it, so that you can get your message seen by more people, get more attention with your message, and get more customers, because you want to start by getting their attention and then, of course, converting them. So let me know in the comments below, like what are some of those ideas you have for being able, like in terms of your tone, what are some of those ideas you have in terms of your puzzle, who you're going to attract into your business, how you're going to communicate with them. Let me know, and then I can share with you more about, is that the best way to do it, or just add on if you have any questions around that. So just do that in the comment section. And before I forget, please subscribe to this channel, because I release content like this on a regular basis every week. And turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified when I release the next video. And it also helps because more people get to see this video when you engage with it. And if you're liking this message, then I know a lot of other people would, and we want to spread the message. So that's the thing that I ask of you to do. And then, so that was the second thing. And then the first is who, the puzzle, put that together. The second is the offer. The third is the language that you're going to speak to them in. And then the fourth is what I call a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that you use to help you identify the people that you want to serve, or the people who are your niche. You know, if you watch my channel a lot, and I have a video which I'll put in the description that talks about how to select a niche, and I go into a bit more detail around that. But your niche is a group of people. That person, that customer that you want to attract, it's a group of that kind of customer. And I share with you in that video that I made for you how to identify your niche correctly, where to find them, and they're really a great place for you to begin. If you're starting a business or you've been in business for long, it's a really great place for you to begin to build your business. And it's a very important part of your marketing. So you want to create a lead magnet so that you can get the people who are in your niche to raise their hand up and say, hey, yeah, you're actually speaking to me. Hey, yeah, I do need that solution. Hey, I will attend that webinar. A webinar is one of those things that you can do as a lead magnet. A report. So let's say you're in real estate and you're looking to do, and you do a report where you say, I'm going to share with you 6 ways to identify the best homes in, say, Kiambu. Let's say you're selling property and you focus on the Kiambu area, and you come up with a guide for people who are looking to buy property in Kiambu. People who are looking to buy property in Kiambu will raise their hands up, give you their email addresses, and click to download that report because it's valuable. And that person, once they click that report, you now know that they're your potential customer. So it becomes easy for you to identify them and for you to target your marketing at them. Instead of targeting your marketing at everybody, those who don't have money to buy the house if you're a real estate agent, those who are not even interested in buying a house, those who are not even in the country, you want to target the right people. It's a large ocean. You want to focus your attention on the right people. So that's the fourth tip. Create a lead magnet that you can use to identify the right customer for your business, to identify the kind of person who would be interested in your products and services. So those are my 4 tips for you today, and there's more where that came from. So as I mentioned, subscribe if you haven't already and turn on the notification bell so I can share more with you. I've got lots of videos that I'll be making, and I know if you've stayed with me here this far, you're going to absolutely love what I have for you next week and going forward, and even some of the videos that I've made. So check out my channel, check out what I've already shared before, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future, because I want to create videos that will be of value to you. So let me know what you'd like to see going forward, what you'd like to see next week, any questions that you have, and then I'll create content around that. So thank you for staying with me, and I'll see you the next time.